Time to start reading all these books, man. Wow. So good. Yeah, let's go and move to the next. You guys ever read this book? There's a lot of knowledge in this one. Maybe in this one. Captain Underpants and the Perilous Plot of Professor Poopy Pants. It's a good book. Oh, how about this one? Man, that's a really long sentence. Anyways. Actually, you know what? This is it. The Adventures of Super Diaper Baby. Bro. 200 books? I only read one, and I'm okay with one of them. Psh, yeah, whatever, dude. You need to read 200 of them. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Before we get into this video, I want you guys to ask yourself one thing. Who is more likely to be more successful? A guy who reads 100 self-help books and does nothing? And the guy who reads one self-help book and actually does something? Go ahead and think on that, and let's go and get into this video. Everyone is talking about a bear market, but nobody is going over what we should do next. In another video, I'll explain what I'm looking for to mark the end of the bear market, but I want to keep this video short. This is what I've learned in my YouTube journey, my crypto journey, and I just want to share with you guys what I have learned, and I hope it helps you guys. The first thing I've learned is go and create something. Now, there is a caveat to this. If you're just going out there to create something and doing it for the money, you're going to quit before you even start. Because you don't see any results until a few years later. Even then, it still doesn't come from where you expect it to come from. Second, if you're in crypto and you're playing the DeFi or the NFT game, remember, if you're not the smartest one in the room, you are the one paying out the yield to the NFT flippers and the DeFi degens. Keep that in mind. Third, be the picks and the shovels. Whether it's just the news guy, the strategy guy, the DeFi guy, or nothing even related to crypto at all, be the picks and the shovels. The picks and shovels are always going to be needed, but the gold ore may not always be there, or it may not be as abundant in the future. Keep in mind, there's other picks and shovels plays, like being a coder. That is huge. Make sure you guys learn how to code, not financial advice, of course. And finally, the fourth and last thing is just do it. No matter how many self-help guides you read, it doesn't matter until you just do it. You can read 100 of these books, 200 of these books, 1,000 of these books. I don't care how many books it is. But if you don't do anything about it, it ain't gonna help you. That guy who reads one book and does it, he's gonna be way better off than that guy who reads a plethora of books. So if you guys are nervous about pulling the trigger, or if you guys don't know what to do or don't know how to get started, figure out what you like to do and then just do it. If it doesn't work out, if you aren't happy, look for something that makes you happy and just do it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want to leave you guys with these set of verses. I think this really pertains to this video. To the one he gave 5 talents, to the other 2, and to the other 1. Just giving some perspective on this. A talent back in the day was actually worth 20 years of wages. So 5 talents is a lot of money. Same with 2 and same with 1. So keep that in mind. He who had received the 5 talents went at once and traded with them, and he made 5 talents more. So also, he who had the 2 talents made 2 talents more. But he who had received the 1 talent went and dug in the ground and hid his master's money. This would be like reading 1,000 self-help books and doing nothing. Now after a long time, the master of those servants came and settled the accounts with them. And he who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 talents more, saying, Master, you delivered to me 5 talents. Here, I have had 5 talents more. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of the master. And he who had 2 talents came forward, saying, Master, you delivered to me 2 talents, and I made 2 more. His master said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of the master." Now the guy who received 1 talent came forward saying, "Master, I knew you were a hard man, reaping what you did not sow and gathering where you scattered no seed. So I was afraid. And, dude, I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here it is. It's yours. Take it now." But his master answered him. He's like, "Bro, you wicked and slothful servant. You knew that I reap where I have not sown and gathered where I scattered no seed. Then you ought to have invested the money with the bankers, and at my coming, I should have at least gotten interest." So then he took the talent from him and gave it to the guy who had 10 talents. For to everyone who has more will be given, and he will have an abundance. But for the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness, in the place where there'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Just some food for thought, guys. Think about your talents. What are you going to do with your talents? We'll see you in the next one.